Run activity 5.1. I had a request to do a video for part 2, so that's what this is going to be. We have to talk a little bit about part 1 here first. You're going to use the same box for part 1 and part 2. You can use the same box twice, but I went ahead and drew it 2 different times. As long as it's the exact same size, that is 8 squares by 8 squares, you're going to be fine. Let's talk about part 1 real quick. So we knew in part 1 that each square represented 1 inch, which gave us 8 squares by 8 squares. I multiplied those to find my area, which was 64 inches squared. I pointed that out because we are now transitioning in part 2 to having a box with the same size on the page, but now we're given in the question that the area is going to be 90 inches squared. So what that means, so this is, so we know that our area equals 90 inches squared. And so what that means is that each of these little boxes is now no longer 1 inch by 1 inch, because each of our sides is now no longer 8 inches, because we have a larger area. So the area for any parallelogram, and by the way, this is, let me make sure I'm keeping track of things. Okay, so what is the side length of the square? Justify your answer. Alright, so let's see. So it's a square, so both sides are going to have the same length. The area of any parallelogram is the base times the height. In this case, the base and the height are the same. And this is the base, this is the height. Because they are going to be the same number, I can just say A equals B squared. I know that my area is 90 equals B squared, so take a square root of both sides, and my B squared is square root of 90, which is 9.486. I'm going to round that to 9.49. And that equals B, not B squared. Okay, 9.49. And we got a little bit next to here, and we'll move that up on the other side. So now I can just go ahead and put my dimensions on here. My height equals 9.49 inches. My base equals 9.49 inches. Because the base and the height are the same. Okay. So I'm gonna so then I'm gonna say side length equal. So that was the actual question. Equals 9.49 inches, and this was A. And that's my answer, and I'm good to go. Next, it asked me to, whoops, what? Using this length will be the corresponding grid spacing for the sketch above. Alright, so now I just need to figure out what one box is. So I know, in this case, I know 8 squares equals 9.49 inches. So let's see, 8 squares equals 9.49 inches. I'll just divide both sides by 8 squares, or by 8. I'll get 1 square equals 1 1.186 down to 1.19. 1 square is 1.19 inches. And I like to do this in a physical representation. So I will say 1.19 inches by 1.19 inches. And that is my answer for B. Moving on to C, what size circle would you cut out of the square to have a remaining area of 66.5 inches squared? Justify your answer. Okay, so I'm going to draw my circle in. I'm really struggling with this now. Okay. So I want a circle. Can't read my circle. Sorry for the technical difficulties, y'all. I'm just drawing this. Okay, so there's my circle. I know from the question that I want let me over here for C. So I know from my question that the remaining area should be 66.5 inches squared. So let's see, 66.5 inches squared, which means the inside needs to be, so the area of the circle is going to be 90, which is my total area, minus what's still left on the outside. And 22.5. For my question, what size circle? Okay, so I just said what size, which I can interpret that as area. And so my circle is just going to be this number right here. Very simple. Moving on to D. Apply all necessary annotations and energies, the size, the shapes, the look of the circle, and the center of the square. Okay, this is the tricky one. Okay, so I'm actually going to come back and erase this right off of here because, and I'm going to use proper engineering annotations, so I'm going to erase these. Okay, so I'm going to need to have 3 basic numbers in order to annotate this. I'm going to need to know where is the center of my circle, what is the radius of my circle, and what are the height of my sides. Well, I know that my circle is centered. And so I know it is going to be half of so it's going to be half of my total length of the side, which was 9.49, So I say 9.49 divided by 2. That's 47.45. I'm going to round that to 4.75. I say, oh, and then my total is going to be 49, which is as discussed. It's actually the exact same for the height from the bottom to it here. So, here. And then and then finally, I need the radius here. For that, I'm going to go ahead and use, so based on here for some calculations, so now the area of the circle is pi r squared. So I need to give the radius of this circle. And so I say 23.5 equals pi squared. Divide both sides by pi. So I need this. $7.48. And then I take the square root of both sides. $2.73. And then I just add that annotation to my circle with a leader line. Space here. So I do arrow, diagonal line over R is 2.73 inches. Now I fully annotated, and that is how you do step 2.